What's up, guys? This is Kevin with G Mowers out of Paris, Texas. Today I want to talk to you about the Hustler lineup and how important they are to the industry. In fact, if you set on a zero turn, if you go to drive it, if you go to look at one, please keep in your head that that mower exists because of this company and they decided to make one. Yeah, this is your original zero turn. So this is the mower that our city of Paris runs. They probably bought 36 from me over the years. Their preferred mowers at Hustler Super Z. But when the first original Hustler was made in Kansas, it was made with these sticks on it, like this kind of drive system. Over the years, Grasshopper was another Kansas company, and they started looking at that. They didn't like it, so they ended up creating the stick option that you actually have today is actually created from Grasshopper. But Dixon and Hustler, they argue over who made the first mower. So it's pretty cool, arguing with or seeing Dixon and Hustler arguing over it. But truly, it was Hustler is who basically made the first mower there in Kansas. But I want to start kind of from the top down. And that's going to take me walking outside here. Imagine mowing with your lawnmower and you averaging 9.25 acres an hour. Now, with prime conditions, the grass not real tall. It's not real, rough riding or anything. Let me show you what machine will do that. Now, this machine would cost the average human around $33,000, $35,000. This month, we have a one-time 20% off. If you get two of these, you can get up to 32% off retail. So you can get this machine for as low as $26,000 right now. It's a March Madness promotion they do, and it's for fleet discounts. So anyways, this thing here is a beast of a mower. We have had one customer, they probably bought 20 or 30 of these things from us. Just an incredible machine for the money. Your next step up is going to be like a Toro, and I think they're right at $59,000. So I think this is really unbeatable in the market. Now, Bad Boy's about to release one, Skag's about to release one, and Grasshopper. So we're going to see. The market's going to have a lot more of these next year to shop from. But right now, Hustler rules the roost on this 104. Now, I want to talk about these hyperdrives. That mower has a hyperdrive transmission, which is the nicest absolute transmission you can get on a mower. Looks like we're a club or something back here, doesn't it, with all these speakers? So your Super Z is what the city of Paris runs, and they are an incredible machine. I love the way the deck design is with the wheels tucked into the deck. The cut on this thing is incredible. The ride is really good. I've had a few customers add the flex forks. You can add flex forks to any Hustler. All that is like a fork with like a spring system in it. Helps with the ride. There is nothing that can beat this hyperdrive system. The only problem is with this machine with hyperdrives, you're bumping over $18,000. Now, you get a 6-year parts and labor warranty with that mower, but it is bumping $18,000. Cool thing is you can buy the regular Super Z, same setup, just got the big pumps and wheel motors like a Turf Tiger, Skag, and that puts you in that bumping $15,000. So you can actually afford one of these over $15,000 if you want. Now, this month it's 20% off one purchase on the commercial side, so that's a pretty good deal. Last month it was 26% off. So you always want to buy your Hustler February or March when they're running these really good specials on the commercial units. I've got guys that are saving 32% right now on these mowers. So this is your Hustler Super Z. So let's step over here, and I hope y'all apologize. I apologize to you guys. I'm going from the top down today. Usually I go from the bottom up. This is so you homeowners, you just need to skip forward because y'all just gonna be drooling. This is the X1. This is my salesman's favorite mower on the planet Earth. He keeps talking about getting one. Right now he's got a Mohawk at home demoing it, and he's got a Kubota that he bought before he worked here. But this X1 is going to have 4,400 drive systems like a Bad Boy Rebel. It's going to have the smoothest drive system in the industry. What I like about Hustler is all the mowers have the brake built into the handle, so you have no brake you got to pull up to start the lawnmower. This deck set up a little different than the Super Z, but it cut is very similar. Love that mower. If you drive this mower, you're going to be hooked. That's why he likes it so much, because it drives unlike any other mower in this house. They used to have Parker HTGs, and they really drove good too. But that they have the smoothest 4400 or 5400 machine I've ever felt in my life on this. In between these two mowers, you've got the xride, which is basically a 5400 machine. It's got a shock system for the platform. It's different than the Cheetah and different than the My Ride. It is very, very neat ride on the xride. That mower is going to run you around $15,000. This mower comes out, you can get a fuel injected or an air cooled Kawasaki, and it runs in your $12,000 to $13,000 range. All right, from there, we're going to take you over to the Hustler FastTrack series. Your FastTrack series is definitely probably Hustler's bestseller. I know it's my bestseller in the commercial line. Your FastTrack is, you hear me in my videos, I lean on that mower. It's one of my favorite mowers. So in the FastTrack, I love the way, and all the Hustlers are very low profile, take the hills better than any mower out, in my opinion. But your FastTrack is a very low profile. This is the XDX. This is your commercial model. This is under $10,000. She's got 3400s. She has the Kawasaki FX engine. You can get a 48, 54, 60-inch deck on this thing. This deck performs really well. It's very, very similar to the X1 deck, but it is slightly different. It does not discharge the grass as good as the X1, but it's still really good. Seat's very comfortable. It's not what the X1 has on it. It's still not bad. This mower is $9,000 to $10,000, depending on how you buy it. All right, so the cool thing about the FastTrack series, 4-year warranty. You pay $500 extra. They will give you a 6-year warranty that covers your engine and the mower. That's through Hustler. No other company is doing this, is covering the engine for you. On the FastTrack, now that's limited by hours, of course. That one's got more hours than this one. Your FastTrack is your base FastTrack. This is their entry-level commercial. This has 3200s. I rate this a little higher than all the other mowers in the category because of this fact right here. It has a Kawasaki FT engine instead of having the old FS. This FT is incredible. The only negative of the FT is simply the price. I feel like Kawasaki is very proud of that engine, whereas you can get the Briggs CXI or the Kohler Confidant for much cheaper than that FT. This mower is in your $8,000 range, and it's got dual gas tanks. One of the few mowers with dual gas tanks in that $8,000 range. And we don't sell a whole lot of these, but we did sell more last year than we ever have. People starting to actually realize that FastTrack is an amazing mower. I don't want to be biased in my videos, but I am leaning. Anytime the FastTrack is involved, I'm comparing it to the Maverick or to the Patriot Skag. It's right there. I hope I don't kill myself stepping across these mowers. All right, so now it's time to go down to the homeowner lineup. Right, so this is the Raptor XDX. So if I fall, this video is going to go viral. All right, so this mower here, if you'll notice, they shot themselves in the foot because this deck is that deck. So a lot of people, they don't want to give the $8,000 something for the mower. They'll buy this. So this mower is going to run in your 6 range. So 6 to mid 6s. You get a 40, 48, 54, 60-inch cut in this. And this thing is Kawasaki FR engine, high back seat, 3100 transmissions. This is going to be rated for a 2.5, 3 acre yard at the most. I really wouldn't go over 3 acres with this having 3100s, or you're probably going to have to replace one prematurely. But other than that, this is an amazing mower. The cool thing about the Raptor line, I'll just get out of the way. You get a 3-year warranty. You pay $300. You get a full 5-year warranty on this machine. That covers your engine and your mower. The only thing they can't cover on the engine is if it runs out of oil, or if the motor's dusted, so that a little dirt gets inside the air filter. Please take care of air filter on these FR engines. You'll hear me They're a little harder to take care of, so just make sure you get a good seal on it when you put it back on. Make sure you keep it cleaned after every yard. I'd clean your air filter. Just beat it on the tire. That's how I clean the air filter. XDX, right? Now we're going to step down. We're going to get in the $5,000 range. Watch this. This is your XD model. If you'll notice, all these are going to be exactly the same minus a few little differences. It's going to be super easy. Once you figure this out, you can price them more from anybody. Deck's going to be a little lighter, still a stout, heavy-duty deck. I've got a guy on YouTube. He's put 1,000 hours on these at a time to 1,500. He uses these commercially, loves the XD mower. You can watch him on YouTube. But armrest on the seat, armrest on the seat. You got those big bite tires. I love the wide stance. It's going to be the widest stance of any mower in this category. It's going to take the heels better than any mower in this category. This mower is going to be in your $5,000 to $5,600 range, $5,500 range. You get a 42, which is amazing. 42 serviceable transmissions for $5,000. Amazing price. 48, 54, or 60-inch cut. And, yeah, there's your Raptor XD. I'm going to kind of go through this video pretty quick. If you want more detailed stuff, message me. I will respond. Or if you just want one mower you want me to go over for 20 minutes, I can. This is your Raptor X line. This is called the XL. So on the XL, you get flex forks. These are what I was talking about earlier. You can put these on any Hustler. And what it does is it really takes the bumps for you. It takes that initial impact away from the operator. So they're really good. You get a little higher back seat on this machine. This machine is going to be between $4,500 and $4,800. 42 or 54-inch cut, right? The baby brother is your Raptor X. I sold more 42s in this one year than any mower. 42-inch Kawasaki motor. It was $39.99. Add the $300 warranty. Gives you a 5-year warranty total. That's an amazing buy. Your Raptor X54 is a little bit more. So it's just a hair over $4,000. I love, again, the smooth track steering system. These mowers here all have EZT 2200 hydro gears. So that's kind of what they share. All right, now we're going to get in definitely your bottom of the line homeowner mower. This is your Dash XD. This is the lightest mower in my house. This keeps you from going Lowe's, Home Depot, Atwoods, and actually buying a dealer machine with a welded deck. You can get a 34, 42, 48-inch deck. These are all under $4,000. These range between $35 and $38.99, I believe. This little 34-inch mower, a lot of people get to go through the gates. This has an 1800 hydro gear, so it's a little bit lighter transmission than this 2200. This mower here, I would not mow over 3/4 of an acre a week at a time. These mowers here, I'd leave it around 1.5 acres or less. The XD, I'd leave you at 2 acres or less. Your XDX, I'd leave you at 2.5, 3 acres or less. Your FastTrack, I would leave around 6 acres and less because it's got that FT Kawasaki. Your Fastrak XDX, you can mow all day long every day, and that's what it's made for. And then, of course, these are just a beefier machine, you know. So Super Z is top of line, but will a Hustler Fastrak mow almost as much as a Super Z? It's not as fast, but it should mow about the same amount of grass until you get the 72-inch deck. You can't mow much faster on these mowers unless they have full suspension systems. All right, so let's go to your stand-up line. The only thing we're missing is the Hustler S and the Hustler SF. The S gets over 10. Incredible stand-on. I just don't sell a whole lot of stand-ons over 10 unless they're like the top-of-the-line Bad Boy Rebel X or Revolt X or a V-Ride XL. And then they also have an SF, which we sold a few of them that get over 15,000. That SF is incredible. This is what we mainly sell in Hustler. This is a 34-inch gate mower. This has been a very hot mower for us over the years. They did raise the price to $5,500 this year, but I was able to find 2 left at $48.99 before you get that shock of $5,500 on that thing. This is the 48-inch version. This has the same transmissions to the Dash, so just don't overuse this thing. It's really made for backyards and just very, very light use, but it has the Kawasaki FS engine, so that's positive. These 48 inches, the price went up to $5,800 this year, but I have quite a few left at $43.99 I got a deal on. So it looks like I got 3 left, maybe a few more out back. No, that's it. So I got 3 left at $43.99. The 34s, I got 2 left at $48.99. After that, they're going to be almost 6,000. So with 6,000, you're going to heavily look at the Bad Boy Revolt 2 as a very close option. So anyways, this is the Hustler lineup. I really wanted to go over Hustler today. They're a very important mower in our house. The solar farms, they're starting to use Hustler quite a bit for their the 104s and the 72s for their application, because they found out they're actually a heavy duty mower. They're holding up way better than the Altos and the John Deeres and stuff like that they were using in the past. But yeah, this is Jamie is harassing me right now. Look, that's why I can't do a video. I already had to delete one video, but no. What was I saying? Oh yeah. So Hustler, man, we really like the warranties that Hustler has. To extend the engine warranty is something no other mower manufacturer is doing themselves. You have to buy like an aftermarket insurance, and really most of those don't pay for anything. Be careful with those aftermarket warranty add-ons. Hardly any of these factories. Anyway, so getting off rabbit holing. Man, I gotta share something with y'all. I've been really getting irritated lately, and more than, it's very hard to irritate me because God's really rearranged me. But just the last couple of weeks, I had an amazing couple of weeks, and then just one thing happened, and then one thing, and then another, and before you know it, I'm irritated. So when somebody comes off as edgy or rude, I'm irritated back. And I wanted just to encourage you today. A lot of people notice about me, man, how do you handle these people talking down to you, talking horrible to you, doing all these horrible things to you, and you just washing it off like it didn't matter. And that's what we have to be. I want to encourage you today that just don't let a negative thing cause you to react negatively. The best way to fight, like I'll give you an example. We had a customer this last couple weeks that's very, very rude and entitled, and very, very, he just talked down to you every time he talks to you. Every conversation, every phone call, it's just a dig. And my salesman was getting frustrated. He's like, man, I'm not dealing with this dude no more. I said, man, we'll sell a mower to anybody. If they're rude, hateful, it don't matter. We're not going to discriminate. And he watched me handle that situation, and he noticed something he's like, man, how do you not let these people affect you? And it's almost the thing that you just keep talking to them as nice as you can, and you keep being serving to them, even though they treat you like that. Well, just a little bit later, my salesman got an apology from the guy. So, man, I appreciate the way y'all took care of me and get me the product, and I thank you so much. And I told my salesman, I said, man, he's just used to somebody biting back at him. And then he's like, well, he's just a butthead like I am. And he goes on to the next dealership. And I said, that's what we have to do. We have to not bite back at people. I had a customer one day, and he's a very old customer of mine, and just always not rude, but just harsh. And one day he came in, I was in a bad mood, and this is before I got really saved. And he wanted to borrow a tool to fix his mower in the parking lot. And so I was like, man, we're not going to do that. We got to charge you $30. He said, well, I'll just go somewhere else. And he's just throwing a walleye field over, not letting us borrow the tool so he can work on his mower in the parking lot. And I ended up taking a pulley. I was so mad that I threw this pulley at him. It hit my glass door. Thank God it didn't break it. And thank God I didn't hit him in the head. And I was like, don't you ever come back here. And I cussed him out like a dog. And of course, the next day came back like nothing ever happened. That's how he always is. And I said, man, what is going on with you? Like yesterday, man, you act like your wife just died or your dog just died or something over a stupid lawnmower. And we don't have to listen to this crap like this. You can't talk to us like that, And he looked down, he said, man, I lost her yesterday, or day before yesterday. And he said, man, I've been with her for, 50, 60 years. And he's old. And he's like, man, I lost my wife, And so the day after he lost his wife, he had a butthole lawnmower shop get rude with him. And the only reason I got rude with him because he got rude with me. And I almost knocked him If I'd have hit him in the head with that pulley, I'd have knocked this old man out. And if I'd have hit the door, if the door would have shattered, I probably could have put his eyes out with the glass. I threw that pulley so hard at him. I just lost it. I lost control. And the Bible teaches us to have peace beyond all man's understanding. And so peace beyond, no matter what happens to you, you just have peace. He said, blessed are the peacemakers, for they are loved by God. You know, in that moment, I was not loved by God. I was not a children. I was not a child of God, not loved by God, a child of God. I was not a child of God in that moment. I was 100% child of Satan. And I probably manifested the devil, honestly, the way I threw that pulley at him. But could you imagine just lose your wife the day before and get your eyes put out by some glass from a lawnmower shop, or have a pulley knocked you out in the floor at a lawnmower shop? You know, I would have gotten a fist fight with this old man that day if he'd have kept on with me. I lost it. So I just want to encourage you, man, if you feel yourself losing it, even to the moment that you look at somebody rude and hateful, I want you to catch yourself. Maybe if you have to walk away, say, sir, hold on just a second, let me go catch my breath. And you go catch your breath, come back and handle every situation with peace. And figure out how to make peace with that customer. Even if it's not physically possible, you are not going to stop trying. The Bible teaches us that we have to forgive 77 times 7. So no matter what they do to you. And here's the deal Jesus teaches us. He really forgave Judas before he ever even did it. He already knew Judas was going to do what he did to him. But he had already forgiven Judas. That's why when it happened, it didn't affect Jesus so much. So if you'll already forgive somebody before they stab in your back, you're not going to react to them stabbing your back. You're going to expect it, and then you're still going to love them, even though they did it. Because at the end of the day, we're all just men, and we all fall short. I can just imagine Jesus' disciples that day when he's flipping the table, screaming and whipping people in that church. What his disciples saying? Oh, Lord, you know, Rabbi's done lost it. We got to get him out of here. You know, he's having a bad day. And I'm sure it probably went a little bit further than what Jesus wanted that to go that day. You know, people screaming and hollering and running, and him whipping them. And I can just imagine. But you know, he was 100% man and 100% God. And I believe a little bit of that man nature kind of got in him that day, you know. And so I just want to encourage you not to let your man nature get into you today. And just handle every situation as gently and as peaceful as you can. I've been at the airport where a guy was just screaming at the little stewardess over his plane. And finally, I just walked over and said, hey, man, she didn't physically do this to you. Like, she doesn't deserve for you. Oh, she doesn't deserve for you to talk to her like this. Why don't you talk to me like that instead? And the whole waiting room that had their phones out and stuff just stopped what they're doing, and it helped control the whole situation and bring it down to a level. I'm like, hey man, why don't you just talk to me that way? You don't talk to her that way. She can't handle it. I can. And so I encourage you, if you see somebody getting yelled at, screamed at, if you see somebody getting sided with somebody, step in and say, hey man, I can handle that. Why don't you take it out on me? You probably got something horrible going on. Just take it out on me, man. They can't handle it, but I can. And I encourage you to be peacemakers, because those are the ones that are going to be called the children of God. There's people walking around out there that are not children of God. They're children of Satan. And God's calling us to be his children, but we've got to take steps to do that in order to be called children of his. And so go out today and be a child of his, and be the peacemaker that your town needs, that your state needs, that your country needs, that your family needs. Be the peacemaker for once. If you don't do it, who is? Love you guys.